Well, hello everyone. Here to show you the Aladdin a magic carpet that you're coloring right here is talking about with the Aladdin's magic carpet is that this scene right here, which most of us have ever seen that movie Aladdin, as you have it right here, is the scene right here of it's like princess, I think Princess Jasmine it is, and then I think Prince Ali, and of course a lot of times is to know is that if most of us it's like knowing about that what it's like sometimes it's hard to remember some stuff, but was talking about with Aladdin, a lot of people will probably think about is that if you think about it and then maybe you don't know how to spell it, but then think about it, it's like the movie, if it's a Disney movie, Pixar movie, whatever it is, that a lot of times as you think about it, is that you remember the details about the movie, about the character's name, and of course the story, the way it went and stuff. But right here is talking about is like I'll go ahead and use the yellow right here. The yellow. So you got the yellow, orange, and of course you see these three different colors right here. It's like you got these light colors right here, and I guess you could say that I can maybe use the colors right here to make the coloring look a little bit gold. Like it's like if you got the lamp right there, it's like the lamp where the genie comes out. And a lot of times that it reminds me of the Three Stooges show. Is that I remember that Three Stooges, one of the Three Stooges show had that something to do with it was the lamp and then the genie. Apparently the lamp and then the genie, the genie would come out and it's like, what do you wish for, master? Command and I obey. And then one part where I think it was a Shemp episode, but I remember that Shemp would get a chain along with the uniform, and then Larry, I think it was it was Larry who wished that well you change it back to where it originally was or something like that, but other than that you have the genie and then Mo will be like what's all this genie stuff, and then all of a sudden it's like Shemp was like it's like, well, make another wish. It's like, I wish for $1,000,000 or whatever. It's like, what are you looking for? $1,000,000. I think it may be around here. It's, oh, $1,000,000. It's like kids, you're not like with this genie stuff. But other than that, you got other than the Three Stooges. But you got right here. That's with Aladdin right here. Is this scene right here is talking about? It's like with the palace scene, and of course at the. It's been a long time since I've seen the movie, and I would think it's like of course since I drew this picture right here, a lot of people probably think that yeah, looking off of a coloring book or something like that. But if you can just think about it and then maybe draw out what comes to your mind, is that you may not know all what the details were, remember all the details or whatever, and then still think about is that back whenever I was young, of course, back whenever I was about 10 or 11 years old, this movie of course was pretty popular back from whenever I was going to school, and people were talking about it, and then people were also talking about that. It's like they had like 5 different movies. They had Aladdin, if I remember right, Aladdin and the 40 Thieves, and then the Return of Jafar, and then they also had Aladdin. I think whatever episodes that I don't think I've ever owned all the movies, but of course it's like a sister siblings that had a few siblings and I that would watch the movies. It's like I remember that you rented the movie a number of times to the point where it's like rented it before we were able to buy it. And I remember that my mom looked around in the store and she was like that she saw it where that I don't think it was on the shelves. I think back in 1990 92 93 I think it was spring of 93 that she had ordered it. I think that they ran out of copies for you to buy, and during that time it was only available on say VHS tape. It isn't that of course they did not even have Blu-ray players and stuff like that. Like way technology is moving, huh? But other than that I remember that you would pre-order the movie, and I remember that there was like a coupon that you go into the store, and then there would be like a coupon that you can get, and to where you can pre-order the movie through Disney or something like that, and then she was able to get it that way. And then I remember that siblings that one of them, it was a cousin too, I think it was, that one of their favorite scene, of course, was the magic carpet ride. And I can remember that that with the VHS tape, that you rewind it. Yeah, that we would rewind it, at least 20 times just to see that one scene of the magic carpet ride. It's like, and I can show you the way. It's like, I can show you the world dancing, but and spin dance. It's like, and don't you dare close your eyes. But other than that you got right here is the magic carpet ride, and then of course it's like with the lamp right there. That lamp would say it's like where the genie comes out. But other than that, you could probably think about this, a lot of memories, just to say a lot of memories to think about. It's like the fact that they're there, but then of course it's like whenever I was in school, of course that they would talk about it a lot of times in school, and really that they would talk about it, and if they were to ask you a question about something related to the movie, it was if it's about how Aladdin rescued the princess, or how is it that he wished for this or wished for that, how did he find the lamp in the first place? It was, and I think the story goes is by that he found the magic carpet, and if I remember right in the movie, that the magic carpet helped him locate the lamp where he can, where he can rescue the princess or something like that. But from Jafar, I guess his name was Jafar. It was that bad, that bad. I guess if he was a wizard or anything like that. But anyway, and I still remember parts of that movie. Is that whenever he was fighting him and he turned into that giant snake? Is it a giant snake? And don't know what kind of snake, but other than that you have right here is a scene right here. You say of the palace, and of course a lot of people probably say that add some blue right here. But I could still remember that when before it's like we were able to own the movie, for the family collection. It was that I remember that there's about maybe 2 other ones that we were not able to own, and of course either we couldn't find them, couldn't afford them, or lost track of time, couldn't arrange it, whatever it was. But on the other hand too, I can think about is that the fact about how well it's like whatever that comes to your mind. I looked at the photo whenever I looked at this picture, but then of course the colors may not match. But then on your hand too, that I still what you call enjoy drawing out the detail about it's like the palace, and then of course with Aladdin itself is that it's like what I learned is that to know about back in those memories, those memories about it's like spring of 1994 is that the class would be talking about this movie, and then of course don't know exactly what year. I guess it was 92, 93. Looked it up. It was 92. It said on there. But then, of course, I can remember that 1994 is whenever I was able to that we were actually be able to own a copy. And nowadays, I guess they have it to where that if you could order it, pre-order it, and then download it online. I guess since online and Apple, I guess those you can actually it'll make it easier. I guess that's what they say. It makes it easier just to buy stuff on like what you call on other internet sites. It is. But then on your hand too, to think about is like to draw out the details like this is that if I were to do like a show and tell type of event, I remember that show and tell was my favorite. If I can do it's like I don't know if I brought any toys related to what you call is like Princess Jasmine or Prince Ali or anything like that, but I think once or twice I may have brought coloring to school for show and tell day if it was show and tell day. And a lot of times, the thing about it is that they ask you what movie are they from, and then of course that it's like with the cap right there. It's like what about the diamond? What does the diamond do? And it's like and how many rubs does it take for the magic for that lamp to work? And it's like who and then knowing about the voice of the genie. It's like if I remember right, Robin Williams. Other than that you have right here is the blue. A lot of people probably think about is to make it look a little bit more magical. It's just to add different variety of colors right here. It's like got the blossoms that say coming off the magic carpet. But other than that you have right here is that getting ideas for whatever you want to talk about is that is know about the movie that for whatever reason that that movie of course was a big topic, family movie, for quite a while. And of course whenever I was in school they talked about the Goofy movie and other movies. I can maybe come up with a list about maybe 15 of different Disney movies, Pixar films or whatever that they talked about in school. But then of course one of them of course was the Lion King, and then another one, the Goofy movie, and then if I can remember right, that another one, of course, I think was Milan. I think Milan was another movie that they came out, back in early 94, 91. I think between 91 and 95 it was that the kids in the schools were talking about them, and of course with Toy Story. But other than that, is know about is the details about knowing about. It's like the show, to show everybody what you can do is know. It's like you to be able to remember a lot of things. It's like to write what you can remember, draw what you can remember. But then on the other hand too, we can also think about is like if we can know about the word about magic, that I guess it say is like, and how do you remember that? How do you know that? Works like magic, don't it? But other than that, it's like you have right here is Aladdin magic carpet coloring.